Hello students, welcome to the video lectures of speech and natural language processing. So today we are going to discuss about speech fundamentals. So in speech fundamentals, we will try to understand the concepts called phonetics, speech sounds, and phonetic transcription. And what are these? We'll try to understand. So before we start our lecture, let us try to understand why we need the phonetics or these phonetic transcriptions to be understood before we proceed. See, understanding these phonetics or phonetic transcriptions will helps us to analyze the speech sounds and also which enables us to bring out the accurate recognition and say, synthesis in speech processing basically. It also improves the language model ability to process and understand the diverse pronunciations. And we have been seeing a lot of, words, a lot of natural language processing, applications and the challenges in our previous video lectures. So now these phonetics or speech sounds and phonetic transcription will make us to really make our model most robust enough and also to give some accurate answers. So let us consider a small example like in speech recognition systems. If we talk about the phonetic transcription, so how does it really help us is, if you have heard a word like bat, okay, and a word like pat, so bat bad is different, pat is different, and it have its own phonetic transcription, right? So which will ensure the differences between these two words and also ensures us the accurate recognition despite of the similar sounds that we heard right now, that is between bat and pat, right? And coming to the lecture, so introduction to phonetics. So phonetics is the study of speech sounds. It focuses on how sounds are produced, transmitted, and perceived. It provides a scientific description of human speech sounds, that is, whatever we speak. Speech sounds are fundamental to communication and are represented in phonetic transcription. Types of phonetics. Phonetics is divided into three main types. First one is articulatory phonetics, study of how speech sounds are produced by the vocal organs. Second is acoustic phonetics, study of physical properties of speech sounds. Example is frequency, duration, and amplitude. Auditory phonetics, so study of how speech sounds are perceived by the ear and brain. So these are types of phonetics. So when we talk about articulatory phonetics, it basically focuses on how the speech sounds are produced by the vocal organs. For example, if we try to articulate the alphabet S, with this particular S sound will involve the tip of the tongue, which will approach, to the roof of our mouth when we say the word S, right? And coming to acoustic phonetics, it studies the physical properties of speech sounds. For example, let us say, for instance, alphabet A, which reveals its specific speech and specific pitch and duration. A. And let us say auditory phonetics, the study of how speech sounds are perceived by the ear and brain. So basically, this auditory phonetics is concerned with how speech sounds are perceived by the listener's ear and brain, which mean, let us say an example. Uh, See, understanding how listeners will distinguish between the similar sounds as we have seen in our previous slide as well, like I, okay, based on its frequency and form and structure. Okay, let us take two words like sit and seat. SIT, sit, SEAT, seat. You can see how this the difference is being made in between these two things. So it is about the when you say the word called seat, 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 the I will sound, it corresponds to the long vowel, double E, we can say, right? So that is your auditory phonetics. So next we talk about the speech sounds. So speech sounds are basic units of speech that are used to form words and sentences. So they are categorized into vowels and consonants. So we all know what are vowels, what are consonants. Let us try to recall them. Consonants are produced with some obstruction in the vocal tract. And the classification of consonants are place of articulation, manner of articulation, voicing. So place of articulation is where the sound is produced. For example, via lips or teeth or alveolar ridge. Manner of articulation, how the airflow is obstructed. So when we say some couple of words, so how the words are being pronounced and is there any airflow that is being obstructed, that falls under the manner of articulation. Example is stops, frigatives and nasals. Next is voicing, whether vocal cords vibrate during the sound production. So for what sort of words this particular thing is happening. So examples you can see here, P, B, and S, which are given here. So where this is a voiceless bilabial stop. Bilabial is nothing but when the word is being pronounced using two lips. I mean the touching of your two lips. And B is voiced bilabial stop, and S is voiceless alveolar fricative. So uh, when you pronounce it, you will try to understand. So then we talk about vowels. So vowels are produced with no significant constriction in the vocal tract. And the classifications are based on height, backness, and rounding. So that is height is high, mid, or low. That is the position of the tongue. Then second is backness. Backness is front, central, or back. That is the position of the tongue again. And rounding is whether the lips are rounded or unrounded. So the example you can see high front unrounded vowel as in seat. So the example given here is SEAT seat. So as I said you, so this I sound corresponds to the long vowel in English. That is double E. Okay. Seat we call, not sit, right? Seat. Okay. Then basically when you take this particular I, this is it is at the top front position. I mean to say that your tongue is in high, like our tongue will be in high towards the front of your mouth when we try to speak this. And next we talk about phonetic transcriptions. So phonetic transcription is a method of representing speech sounds visually using symbols. So the International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA, is the most widely used system. International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA, provides a unique symbol for each speech sound. So there are basically types of transcription is shown here. First one is broad transcription. Second is narrow transcription. So what is the difference between these two things? That is the broad transcription as well as narrow transcription is. I just try to compare this with maps. So if we have a map with us, so broad transcription is nothing but it is like a simple map, which shows only some major cities. Okay. And whereas narrow transcription is like having a detailed map which shows everything, the name of the city, major cities, streets, landmarks, everything. That means to say precise one. So hope you got the point what I'm trying to tell. So broad transcription is nothing but it refers to the general pronunciation of a particular word, whereas narrow transcription will be it's a precise pronunciation thing. Okay. So you can see here example is given is cat here and example is given in cat in narrow transcription, but here you can see the aspirated K in the cat. Okay, this is narrow transcription, this is broad transcription. So importance of phonetic transcription, so which provides a standardized way to represent speech sounds, helps us in studying pronunciation variations across different languages and dialects, and it is essential for language teaching and speech technology. Language teaching is helps learners understand pronunciation. So when users really find something, how to pronounce the particular thing, they can understand from this. Speech technology, speech recognition and synthesis. Then is linguistic research. So documenting and analyzing sounds of languages. These are all importance of your phonetic transcription. So examples of phonetic transcription. So this is your broad transcription. This is your narrow transcription. You can see the aspirations which are happening here. It's example one. You have all these English words. Example two, sentence transcription. The cat sleeps. So broad transcription and narrow transcription phonetics. Its representation is given. You can go through this. So thank you, students.